I did declassify, yes.
Okay, is there a process? What was your process to declassify?
There doesn't have to be a process, as I understand it. You know, there's different people say different things, but as I understand, there doesn't have to be. If you're the president of the United States, you can declassify just by saying it's declassified, even by thinking about it, because you're sending it to Mar-a-Lago or to wherever you're sending it.
You just watched the moment where Trump incriminated himself during his interview with Sean Hannity. As many of you all know, Trump is being investigated for taking top secret and classified documents home with him from the White House to Mar-a-Lago. And when he had multiple opportunities to hand those documents back to the federal government, he refused to do so. So in that interview, he said, declassify them before sending them to Mar-a-Lago or wherever you're sending them. That's an important line to focus on here. As Maggie Haberman over at New York Times pointed to, the focus is understandably on Trump's claim of mental declassifications from his Hannity interview. But he appeared to indicate he intentionally sent the documents to Mar-a-Lago, which, and she's right about this, cuts against the "it was an accident" claims. Okay.
Yeah.
And she also made sure to highlight the part of the transcript that's relevant here. If you're the president of the United States, Trump said, you can declassify just by saying it's declassified, even by thinking about it, because you're sending it to Mar-a-Lago or to wherever you're sending it. By the way, where else have you sent those classified documents?
100%. All right, so here we go again with Trump's nonsensical excuses. He's like, well, you know, they might have planted those documents over there. Hey, I didn't leave them in that mess. I looked through all of them and left them in much better shape. You made it look like a mess when you put them on the floor. Oops, there goes that defense of they planted it. You just admitted that you put them there. Then he said, I don't, boxes, I've never packed boxes. I don't know about boxes. The GSA must have sent those boxes, okay? Now he's like, now remember when I sent them over to Mar-a-Lago, they were already declassified. Oh, Jesus
No, it's
Christ.
amazing, it's amazing. I totally understand why Donald Trump and Alex Jones have the kind of friendly relationship they have. They're both the same person, okay? They're both crazy and they love to incriminate themselves on live television or whatever content they're producing. In the case of Alex Jones, I mean, he's facing another trial as we speak and can't stop saying things about the judge presiding over that trial that keeps getting him into trouble. And Trump can't stop himself from incriminating himself while he's in the process of being investigated. And this is just one of the investigations. I mean, you could find examples in the other investigations that he's facing as well. When you're being sued, or if you're dealing with a trial, lawyers urge their clients to shut up. Don't release any statements, don't talk to the press, because the last thing you want to do is say something that could be determined as defamatory, that adds another charge or another issue in a trial. Or you don't want to say something that's contradictory, that contradicts your claims. But Trump, he's above the law, so he just throws anything out there to see what sticks.
Yeah, so now he's put both his legal team and his allies in a very difficult place, because now the legal team already went to court, and the special master and the appellate judges all asked. By the way, 2 out of the 3 appellate judges Trump appointed, okay? And they ruled against him definitively, right? And they come into court and they go, okay, Trump magically declassified documents. He might have declassified them through magic. And they're like, yeah, that's not how courts work. So did he, forget the evidence for now, just did he declassify them or didn't he? We're not gonna tell you. That's not a thing in court where you don't tell me. This is not a Sean Hannity interview where you can say whatever you want, right? So you lose, we're moving on, right? Now, so how about his allies? Well, now all of the Republican senators are being asked, can you declassify documents by just thinking about it? Because that would allow Biden to declassify documents by just thinking about it.
That would allow Hillary to declassify documents.
If she ever looked at him, she'd go, no, she wasn't president. To be fair.
Oh, that's right, he did say president, you're right, you're right.
So, and think about that, guys. He took Nixon's line to the next level. Nixon once got in massive trouble for saying, if the president does it, then it cannot be illegal.
That was when America had standards.
Yeah, and he got thrown out of office.
That's right, because America had standards.
Right, now Trump says, hey Nixon, hold my beer, okay?
Yeah.
If the president thinks it cannot be illegal. Okay, well, okay, are we gonna apply that to Biden, Obama, everybody else? Of course you can't say yes as sitting United States Senator. I mean, maybe they'll do it, but they can't say yes, there's magic in the world. And there is no process, even though we know there's a process. And you could just only Republican presidents can magically declassify things just by looking at them.
So
it's not a thing.
One other portion of the interview that I think is worth discussing is the unhinged speculation he engaged in regarding why the FBI conducted the raid in the first place. He's just throwing some ideas out there. And here's, in my opinion, one of the craziest.
There's also a lot of speculation because of what they did, the severity of the FBI coming and raiding Mar-a-Lago. Were they looking for the Hillary Clinton emails that were deleted, but they are around someplace? Were they looking for the spying on Trump's?
You had it.
No, they may be saying, they may have thought that it was in there.
Okay.
And a lot of people said the only thing that would give the kind of severity that they showed by actually coming in and raiding with many, many people is the Hillary Clinton deal, the Russia stuff, or, I mean, there are a number of things. The spying on Trump's campaign.
I don't even know what any of that means.
Okay, there's so many wonderful irrationalities in just that simple clip.
Can I just throw one theory out there? Because I'm trying to decode what he's trying to get at, right? Is he alleging that there's speculation that he was behind the Hillary Clinton campaign email leaks? And so they're, okay, then I don't understand.
No, none of it makes any sense. You're trying to make sense from a moron.
I just, yeah.
Okay, he just told you they might have raided my house to find Hillary's emails. No, you don't have to try to analyze that. The guy's an idiot. He's a lunatic. Yes, that's the thing. It's cognitive dissonance because especially reporters in DC, they think, well, 30% of the country can't be nuts, but yet Trump appears to be nuts and they love him, right? So I'm gonna resolve it by saying Trump is not nuts. Trump is smart and has strategy. We just can't understand. No, the actual explanation is, yes, 30% of the country is unbalanced. They look at things like that and they're like, oh yeah, that makes sense, man. If you really want to get Hillary, you go to Mar-a-Lago, okay? And then you go and invade Trump to get Hillary, okay?
So isn't he happy about it then?
But guys, Hannity accidentally asked a good question. He didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Before, when Trump was talking about how he just thinks and things get declassified, Hannity didn't challenge him at all. But on this one, he said, wait, did you have Hillary's emails? Why would you have Hillary's emails? Did you take them? And then the last part of the irrationality. He's like, some people are saying that they might be Russia and that information and how they spied on my kids. So the FBI might be trying to unlock how he was spied upon and how the Russia thing was a hoax and they would do that with the documents that he had. Great, then we don't have a controversy at all. Give it to them and let them look at it and see what they are. Why don't you help them? If they're going after Hillary and they're trying to prove that you're right, why don't you help them? Why are you fighting them? That's so weird that you're fighting them when they're trying to help you. But with the right wing, they just don't care. They're like, sure, of course, whatever you say, please sleep with my wife.
Oh my God.
They would, I swear to God, if he did it on national TV, they would definitely be like, oh yes, yes. He slept with my wife to protect Hillary's emails because.
All right, I'll let you guys I'll give you some time to absorb that, okay?
Thanks for watching the Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.